is, see, is that comfortable? You're not in the pictures.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't care either way.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want to be on?
Sure.
Okay. Let me do it.
Oh. Hello.
Well, I can't put it, but so far. Because I don't have my tripod and I'm not on the device. Is that going to stay? No, that might not. We'll just do it from the side like this.
Yeah. No.
That way we can. So, we're here today, and I want to know, what is the scary thing about having this open plan in front of oneself? You know, I'm in a situation similar that we can do anything we want and go anywhere. Yeah, Kansas seems a little far, but why not? Or, I don't want to go to Wyoming.
Wyoming's pretty beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I must say.
It gets cold. It's 8 months of winter. Montana would be nice. But there's a lot of factors that I personally have to consider in my health. Like, even just being here, I got a rash.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? That's why I've got my little thing. Plus, I found out I was getting coffee, so I put this little thing here, and now this has got the coffee stains instead of my dress.
I see.
Speaking of my coffees over here.
Very smart.
So, what is the scary thing about just going someplace unknown?
I don't think it's scary per se. In a way, it's ultimate freedom. And
so how do we go about even approaching that? I think that's
limiting one's freedom.
Yeah, living one's freedom. How can people be introduced to that? Because a lot of people are unfamiliar with that. I guess because you and I have that. We understand that. How can we help other people understand, hey, you've got the freedom to work anywhere you want.
Be anywhere you want.
Yeah, go anywhere you want. Especially if you've got income, Like, I'm a veteran. I will always have that income because that's compensation. People want to call it disability, but really it's compensation. And as our discussion earlier, Social Security also is compensation. Now, we know that program is going to be short-lived.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I don't know that you or your children may be able to utilize that program.
Not sure about that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I know I need an attorney. So, we only got to show you a little bit of some of the other pictures in the back. What do you think about a place like this?
It's very historical. You can tell a lot of memories were made here. A lot of smiling faces in the pictures.
How does it make you feel?
I feel like I'm part of history.
Yeah,
History in
it's
the
a real
making.
comfortable feeling here.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you can't see it, but we've got the filter right here. So, like we were talking about, we all have the freedom to make choices. And I'm not going to make an argument for Washington, D.C., pro or con.
Yeah.
I think a person should make their mind up about D.C. for themselves once they go about exploring. This is part of why the security of knowing the next block of time allows you the freedom to learn the community. And then one can make a decision about, this is a nice area. This is Howard University area. So with that, you get a lot of diversity. It kind of melds into downtown. So, what is something you want to do while you're there, DC?
I want to go to the zoo.
Okay.
Yeah. And see all the animals.
Well, it's really easy to get the bus there.
Yeah, but I heard that you have to pay to get in.
I believe so.
Unless you hop the fence.
I don't know that we can do
I
that
don't think we
anymore.
can either.
I think that's a fallacy. Just like the drugs in Washington, D.C. Do not come to Washington, D.C. looking for drugs.
No, no, no.
The way it used to be at one time or another is not that way anymore. You will get a ticket if you park illegally. They close off the streets. We have what's called the Mayor's Office of Nightlife and Culture. And they close off the streets. It's from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. They recognize that there is another lifestyle during those hours. So there's a very active, and because of that, they close off this street, they close off that street, and direct the traffic. They do that in several areas in DC.
Right.
I forget what they're called, but I've been to some of the town hall meetings. They're on my YouTube channel under the Civic Meetings playlist. Remember to guard your what? Oh, that's a YouTube thing. Thanks for coming in and joining us on our live.
Hello.
Trying to figure out what is really keeping me in DC. Well,
I hear that there's a map on the Declaration of Independence, so maybe Philadelphia is a good idea.
oh gosh, I know friends in Philly. I'm afraid it's about, I think any urban city is about the same.
I see.
It depends on the vibe of where you're, you can come in at this level or you can come in at this level. And I always come in at this level. I wonder why. My grandfather, and this is really cool, my grandfather was on the committee for the employment of the handicapped in 1960. That is now called the International ADA Act. What is that? Americans with Disabilities or something, the Disabilities Act. But my grandfather did that here in Washington, D.C. My father was born here in Washington, D.C. I was born here in Washington, D.C. But I'm not feeling that that's enough to keep me here.
I see.
It's not the same as it was.
I hear a lot of the stuff that they say goes on in DC doesn't really go on in DC.
Like we talked about previously, there's a lot of things that go on that are not exposed. It's known about, but well, all our viewers dropped off because they thought we were getting ready to listen, which is fine. It's not about the viewers. It's about finding out what is going on in the minds of the young people now that, like yourself, facing the choices that are going to determine the rest of your life. Now, granted, we can always look back and say, well, if I this, if I that. But we have a saying, and I don't know if you're familiar with it, if it will resonate with you. Birth that baby and put it to bed. Put it down for a nap. See if that might. I put it in here, but it comes out. Some of the copies of that.
Oh, that's
So does that
thank you for your
resonate?
service.
Yeah, thanks. Does that resonate with you?
I think so. Yeah.
So if we have thoughts that come into our mind that are wanting us to dislike ourselves because we love ourselves, because if we don't, no one else will.
Exactly. I think I'm one of the most interesting people on the planet, like the Don Julio guy. This is the most interesting man in the world.
I wasn't certain who you're talking about. He does those commercials.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I think the circumstances, whatever one needs to experience, will be wherever we are.
Exactly. You have to trust who you're with when you're with them, and it's either a blessing or a lesson. So you just had to let it ride.
Well, if we view lessons as blessings, then they're all blessings, huh?
Oh, there's a plot twist for you.
Yeah, that's a tough one,
I
huh?
never thought of it that way.
Well, we've got to have, because I don't really know. I don't really know, but I would think that the faith thing is all the time. It's like not just sometimes I'm going to have faith and trust in this or that.
Oh, it's all the time. You're
Yeah.
always trusting you're gonna be okay. That God's gonna be there at the end of the day, or in the right moment. Like, so you're never not gonna be okay if you're always trusting that God's there with you.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing
Well,
about
and
it.
that goes back to that core we were talking about here, that flame. You know, you got that core. You know God's got you. You know, so you have a strength already inside.
Right.
And how you nurture that is how you know you're going to become. Because I personally believe, am I off camera? I personally believe that we're never given anything we can't handle, or it never would have been assigned to us, right?
Right.
Or anything that's actually malevolent can be transmuted. We can transmute into something beneficial. It's about, for me, designating times that we're going to burp that baby and put it to bed. It's after midnight. I can't do anything about it now. I've already done the emails.
Right.
It's time to just tie the bow on the shoe, you know,
Yeah.
and not deal with it at the time, because if we allow things to come into our mind all the time, where would we be?
The unknown.
Well, I'm glad that there's understanding of boundaries.
Yes. Boundaries are always good.
Boundaries and expectations that are unspoken. We have a commitment to society. We go out the door knowing we can't go out but naked, right? That's an unspoken society
I think
agreement.
that's one of the most messed up things about society, because God wanted us to be naked and live off the earth and have fresh fruit, and God didn't want us to do that. He just wanted us to be happy off His earth, and all this society, this realm is demonic and run by Satan. No, it's true. Like, even the foods that they make us eat, it's all processed garbage.
Yeah, that's a real concerning point. The GMO stuff.
Yeah.
That bothers me a lot.
And people don't even know how to garden anymore, like hunt anymore. Like, what happens if the supermarket shut down, and the farms are trying to catch fire. Like, one of the biggest egg farms in Illinois or something, caught on fire, and all but the thing is, what happens if these major farms go under, or these supermarkets go under? Then nobody knows how to cook or make vegetables, or agriculture. Society's screwed. Nobody even knows how to do basic gardening. You're all relying on grocery stores, these supermarket chains to bring you your food.
Green food. Most of it's green.
like society, I'm sorry, but like if an outage like what happened in Texas happens, like, and like there was a huge power outage in Texas that shut down the whole power grid, but like for like a week, and if that happens again, like, but in other major cities, like, that's really not going to be okay, because people don't know how to cultivate their own food anymore. People like don't know how to garden, people don't know how to hunt, like, so.
Well, I believe that they were going to have some kind of solar event, some kind of sun-related EMP flare, something that will put America's grid on alert. I don't know if the whole country will go down, but I know that it's going to be a pretty major setback in the United States. And like you said, nobody's really prepared for that.
Right.
My kids had a saying, Mom, if you're prepared for the zombie apocalypse, you can be prepared for anything. So my question is, do zombies run at zombie speed, or do they run at the speed that they ran before they were zombies?
I think they run at zombie speed because if like their limbs are starting to fall off as zombies, I don't think that they can
I agree. That's what I say
able
too.
to run as fast as their limbs are falling off.
Well, they can't think. So in a zombie brain that doesn't think, then they can't tell the difference between walking or running.
Right.
And if you shut off their legs, they can't chase you anyway.
True.
So anyway, we can finish this up. We've been on 15 minutes, which is a good little segment, and
Okay.
I appreciate you sharing your thoughts and
Thanks.
any kind of concerns or anything you want to vocalize at the end of our.
My last thoughts.
Yeah.
I think that there needs to be more world peace, and we had to stop the elemental PQ people from taking over the country, because we can't teach.
DC, huh?
Yeah, we can't teach kids that like it shouldn't be reproducing with the opposite sex. Like, there's not gonna be any more babies.
Yeah. It'll be like there's a movie called Zardoz with Sean Connery, and it's when Sean Connery was quite young, Zardoz, and it's based on a futuristic flashback, whatever. But yeah, it's real interesting. We'll talk more about that, but y'all look it up, and it's interesting. Oh, we have a viewer, Zardoz with Sean Connery. We're getting ready to get off, and we appreciate my guest this afternoon, and
It was a
we'll see you
pleasure.
guys Sunday. Bye. Friday.